Probably not as exciting as what Dan did today, but you'll get three shows today. So you'll get Dan, then you'll get me sanding, and then of course Charles this evening. Now the announcement, and I'll make it again because I see that there's only one person watching, is that tomorrow we're going to try a new format. It's going to be Saturday with Dan, not Saturday at Dan's. So we're going to do a split screen with me and Dan shooting the shit, and that'll be starting at 9 o'clock Eastern, so 10 o'clock Central, so on and so forth down the way. So, something new. Try to keep it fresh. Kind of like hobby show TV. So what I'm doing tonight, if you look here, I told you it takes a lot of shaping to get these right. This is too thick right here. It needs to be sanded down. We're going to get some ribs in it. So I think probably the best thing to do is to get the ribs in it now and then sand it down. So it needs to be, well, we better straighten this up. We better straighten it up. Go on 1.25 inches. We'll cut it straight across so we can do two. Yeah, I'll be able to get them all out of that, I think. Three-eighths and 3/8. Yeah, we'll get them both out of that. Get the other ones out of those two pieces. Might as well just go ahead and cut the other piece while I'm at it here. For the bottom, 3/8. 3/8. This is the good light stuff, the 3-pound wood. There's the rib for the bottom. Now we need two top ribs, or two of the last ribs, are 1.25 inches more. 1.25 inches. Nah, that's gonna be difficult. Nah. need a 90. All this stuff goes pretty quick. I have not worked on this since the last setting. I mean, everything I've done on camera on this airplane. I have not done anything out of the off camera. 3/8. 3/8. Here's the last rib. Thank you for the light, Gary. This is the last rib. Of course, we're going to need to. I'm going to need to sand the ends so they fit well and open them up so the lead out's clear. Three-eighths. 3/8. So last rib. Okay, that's that. There's a tube at the bottom. Okay, so now we got to fit that rib right there like so. Remember, tonight is Charles's night. It needs to be a little shorter, I think. So that clears those ribs good, but we're going to have to open up the bottom ribs, which is no big deal. So let's glue this in. Okay, so now we'll shape the top and flip it over and do the bottom. If you look here, it's just too tall, so the covering would be goofy looking. So we'll make it right. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, that's close enough. What the hell was that noise? I don't know. Can't be much. Okay. Danny, if you're watching, get out of the chair and back in the garage to get the canopy on it. Quit monkeying with molding shit. Another year go by with no airplane. I'm thinking I'm going to have to take a Dremel to that hardwood to make it lay down. That looks pretty good though. Okay, let's do the other side. Now, in order to do this side, I got to have a relief for these lead outs, which is no big deal. If you wonder what I'm doing when I sand that, this edge is round and I want it to mate up perfectly. Now there's a slight slit in there, but I think when the lead outs are tight, no, not really. Yeah, it'll be fine. Try not to monkey with it. Cool. Yeah, that's where that one goes. Okay, now this one, I think, no, nothing rubs on it. Well, maybe. I have to take and do this. Nothing's rubbing. But on this side, we'll take a little bit out of this. So I just put a little notch in this right here for the lead out to clear on the very tip. It'll be fine. That is too high. That is too high. That is too high. Better too high than too low. That means that's really high. So this needs to be, this needs a little more off the edge here. Yep. Okay, this is going to take a little more than the other side because we got hardwood up here. But ain't nothing for a stepper. So here again, you're watching me sand. You got a flat spot up there. That's got to get out of there. Even if I got to cut it out of there. Matter of fact, I think I will cut it out. We'll grind it out one. This needs to perfect. Perfect. Yeah, put a flat on it there. So come back by hand, round her over. we go. Let's see, I need a new piece. One that'll stick to my fingers. That's hardwood I'm sanding on there, so we ain't moving much material. Basswood. What the hell's that notch there for? From? Well, let's see what it looks like from the other side now. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Pretty good. Well, what kind of stunt is the government going to pull on us this time? Let's see what this bad boy weighs. It was at 14 ounces. Let's see how much it picked up. Not good. It weighs 16 ounces, 17 ounces right now. So we added quite a bit with the landing gear things and the tips. 17 ounces. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, we'll hit 24 ounces. 24 and 6 is 30 and 20 is 50. It'll be 50. Ain't nothing I can do about it though. That still ain't bad. Try to build one of these things in the 50s. Try to build any 60 size airplane in the 50s. Most of them guys that say their airplane's in the 50s, it's really in the 70s. And they say it doesn't matter because it's too hard to do. Well, I guess that's about all I got for this evening. That's all I'm going to do. I think I'm going to have to drop that down, though. We'll just cut it. We'll just cut it in there. You do not want the lead out to rubbing on anything. Yep, took a little sliver out of there. It'll be fine. That's better. That's more better. Let's see. It's about, they come out maybe a little bit farther ahead. Let's look at this one. They come out about right there. It'll be fine. Yeah, okay, Fun Master. So, look for Saturday with Dan tomorrow. I'm trying to get John set up on a camera so we can do Saturday at John's again. Even though we're 300 miles apart, 200 from Dan and 300 from John. This is the computer age, at least for now, anyway. This is 320. I mean, I got it pretty close with 81, 180. We'll drop down to 320 and kind of finish it off so it blends in real nice. Let's see. That hole there ain't never going to be that hole. Shit. Dust. Remember, that inside line is what shows in the covering. This line right here. Of course, before I cover it, I'll go around and check all the ribs and knock all the edges off again. I mean, I basically could cover this tomorrow. get the wing locked up and finish the rest up later. See, that fooled me right there. That looks like it's ready to go, but it's not. That will leave a pucker on the covering when the rib is down below the leading edge. That's got it. We ain't gonna have no screwed up covering on this one. Feels good. Yeah, probably. I don't know what Howard's gonna do, but we'll see what he's doing. I think I'm gonna cut that out of there. Oh, just in case. Lighten it up anyway. He's probably gonna if he thinks if he's doing something about weight, it's gonna be wrong. I'm telling you. Good day for building over here in New Zealand. Blowing with heavy showers. Well, it's colder than hell outside. Anybody that says weight don't matter, all you gotta do is ask Billy Warwich. He'll tell you. There is two camps to the school. There's the East Coast and West Coast guys. The West Coast guys, 90 ounces, it'll be fine. Penetrate the wind. It don't matter. Yeah, okay. All I'm doing here is I'm taking off some of this wood that's on top of this cap. It's not necessary to carry around that much wood, so will it lighten it up? Probably wouldn't be able to feel a thing, but if I got just a little bit off of this that I could add a little more paint, I'd be happy. Control system geometry. That might be interesting. I'll accept that I know that I don't want to use no Rube Goldberg horn. Simple is the way to go. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference anyway. I'm not good enough. See, what happens in our hobby is that one of the top guys will dream up something, the latest, greatest thing, like them rat turds. And everybody got to put them on. Everybody got to try them. Oh, yeah, they work great. They don't do shit. They don't fly in scale air. But if they psychologically make you think they help, more power to you. Okay, got that off, so that'll help. I'll look at this side. This side should be okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just put a regular horn in it and be done with it. Everybody had to have carbon fiber push rods. I'm going to do something on this airplane I'll show you that's lighter and just as strong. They used to use balsa wood sticks as push rods. But I use a aluminum tubing filled with balsa wood. Might as well go for all out on this thing, see if I can get it as light as possible. Because I'm going to add all that other doodads on there, a canopy, a pilot, these red turnout or big turnout things and wheel pants. That probably adds 5 ounces right there. And if it really starts getting up there, I'll go all the way and put some spray shine on it and make it a real lumber wagon. As long as it don't go over 60. That tip turned out nice. That is how it's supposed to look. One solid piece from the leading edge goes around, and then back to the trailing edge. Just like that carbon veil crap. You know, yeah, we gotta have carbon veil on the airplane. I will never use this shit again like they're using it. Never. This is a roll. I don't know how much I got left. But after John and I did that test and showed how much strength this offers, and I know how much dope it takes, never again will I use this crap. Everybody's putting this carbon veil all over their airplane, then covering it with don't do it. It has zero strength and sucks up a whole lot of dope. Now, one thing that it does do for you, that I will give it this. You put it on solid wood surfaces and then you sand it, it acts just like primer. You can see the lows because you sand off all the highs and you can see the lows. But if you're going to use primer, just use primer. Shit. Can't tell you. Now, let's talk about what Danny mentioned in his video today about acrylic lacquer, Duplicolor. He's got an airplane there that he's got 30 years on it with acrylic lacquer. More power to him. It's a foam core wing. It has no, no flex in the tissue. If you put that on the tissue and start going like that, even with Flexol in it, it'll crack. It'll crack even on the solid surfaces. John's got an airplane that's cracked up. It's just not good. It's not the right stuff. So best thing to do is use dope. And if you have to plasticize it, it's 1 drop of castor oil per ounce of dope. So if you got 16 ounces of dope, you had 16 drops of castor oil. Or you can use a Flexol agent, but castor oil works just fine. You would think, well, oil and dope. Yeah, I know it sounds goofy, but that's an old timer's trick. So, be careful. Don't mix products. If you're gonna spray car paint, use car paint. But I wouldn't when you put urethane over the top of dope, it peels off in big sheets because one's a chemical bond and one's a mechanical bond. There are ways to get it to stick, but it's pretty unorthodox, which I've done in the past. But adding the lacquer thinner to the enamel, the 4:1:1, instead of using reducer, use dope thinner with a 320 tooth. You can get it to work, but it's not right. And it's unrepairable. Ooh, there's a spot there. We got to get that out of there. I need to get some finer sandpaper on there. So this is a beamer. I'm going to have to go around to every rib and make sure that it fits sanded absolutely perfect to the leading and trailing edges, both top and bottom. So that's 100 and it's 140 times. At least I did a better job on this one at sanding it before I cut it off the bench. I don't have a whole lot of work here to do on the foam block. If you watch the wing, it's moving back and forth. Just detail sanding. Now I got a spot here that's going to be a little bit hard. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to take maybe cut a little square and CA a piece of wood in the leading edge. It's got a dent there from, I don't know what I was doing with something. Because that'd show up in the covering too. Pretty good. We are pretty good. Have this paper. I don't know, shape tool. It's got about 1,000 sheets of paper in it, and you push it onto the leading edge, and all these papers make a form. And I'll put a piece of sandpaper on it, and I'll rub it up and down the leading edge to make it absolutely uniform. Profile tool, molding profile tool. Let me get that out. You've seen it in 10 years. And of course, shit, the drawer's all locked up. Well, I can't get at it. It's in the bottom drawer. I'll get it out and I'll show you guys in the next video how to get that absolutely perfect straight across. I mean, it's damn close now by eye. Even if I didn't do it, it'd be fine because it's that close. That one is. It's a little there. The way I do it, with that center line and canneling it, it gets pretty close. And it gets real close. Okay, so here on this wingtip, I don't know why I can't get this one to look right. This needs some more work here. It's got to go. Oh, shit. It ain't been done. That's why. Gotta get her done. This here is more about practice and skill to do these like this. I mean, if you're a new builder, I don't know whether I'd attempt something like this. Of course, if you don't attempt it, you'll never do it. So you might as well do it. If it turns out screwed, do it again. That's why I was able to do shit, because I'll try something that I never tried before, and it don't matter. You can do anything. Just all you gotta do is want to do it bad enough. That's more better. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it, because you damn sure can. Just like when I sign painted, you know. I saw that years. I knew damn well I could do that. Give me that. I could do it. Oh, happy little trees. Let's have a couple happy little trees. Thank you, Gary. Ain't got many left. Happy little trees. Not quite as strong as Altoids, but happy little trees from the guy with the afro. You know, he didn't sell. He was a Vietnam vet. He didn't sell many of his paintings. If you got one of them, you got. I mean, they're in his museum or whatever. You got something. I'd like to have been that Vietnam vet who bought a Rolex Oyster for $300 in Vietnam in the box with the paperwork, never wore it, left it in the box, took it to roadside, roadshow, antique roadshow, and found out it was worth over $700,000 in that condition. I like to sell. Yeah, sold. You damn watch worth no $700,000. Buy a Timex. Yeah, happy little mistakes. I run my plane, my little block plane, and sometimes think about Rob Cosman. I wonder what he would do. You know, he may be a good cabinet maker, but does he have eye for shape? You know, I don't know. I don't know. That looks pretty good. The woodworkers on YouTube who fascinate me are the Japanese craftsmen. They got their joinery is spectacular. I do not hold a candle to that kind of work. And they're doing it in hardwood. Got to be a trick to it. It looks pretty good. Let's see, did this one is the one we did tonight. Let me see how much detail work we got to do on this yet. Well, we're over our hour. Looks like I got that hardwood there. I'm going to be rubbing on this little knot on the end here. So for tomorrow's lineup, it'll be me and John and Steve over there. Me and Dan and Steve over there. Now we get, maybe John went and bought a camera today. We get him on. That'd be 4 of us. All right, everybody. Like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for Charles's program in about 45 minutes. Federal Tight Lines. See ya.